Atmosphere is a very powerful tool in any creative media endeavor. When you're engaging an audience you want to make feel something, you need to know where to start, and that involves setting the stage, lowering the lighting, and putting a viewer properly on edge. I've seen a good amount of web series try to get up and go, and only a few of them really nailed the all-important atmosphere factor. Aspicio Omniam knows so much about atmosphere that the very first video I saw on this channel genuinely captivated and disturbed me. I felt the thrill of fear and captive interest in unison. It's been a long time since I've seen something that frightens you to keep watching but won't let you look away, and some of you might have shared the experience I had while watching this particular victory in creativity. PHR 2771 Educational Video. It's already a little bit famous, having been covered by Rainbot Horror on her channel, but for those of you who haven't seen it, there's an experience to be had. Let me give you just a taste. I highly encourage watching the video in full on the official channel, along with the other videos we'll be taking a look at. For now, I just want to highlight how immensely different this video is. I've never seen a series that uses music and sound so intensely and intrinsically to establish its atmosphere. This is new territory. The music also serves as a guiding track for the image appearances, movements, and motion typography. This is more than a soundtrack. It's the vehicle for the video itself, providing atmosphere, tension, mood, and layout. I've never seen such a musically inclined series, honestly. The first 3 videos uploaded before PHR Educational Video consist mainly of still imagery and audio. They also increase the story through use of the video description. In the first video, Pithier, we're told the music playing is coming from the apartment across from yours. In just one small move, we already have a good amount of information about our situation that also establishes story. This event takes place in an apartment building, or at least in a place with others renting rooms nearby. There's an inherent oddity involved with the apartment across from ours. Nothing too crazy, but still mysterious. Things begin to ramp up with the next video, Concrete Screams. More music playing, now with a backdrop of an apartment building with several floors. The video description reads, "Hearing a scream, a fat tenant ran out of the doorway and into the wide street. There lay a woman who had been stabbed. He called an ambulance and waited by her side. A man passed, ignoring them completely. But she screamed so hard." More story and clues to the environment around our location. Potentially prone to violence with people who are willing to help and also willing to completely ignore others in need. The educational video comes next with a different kind of video description. A link to a blog titled Bambi's Nightmare. We're greeted upon arrival by a header image of an apartment building, quite reminiscent of the one seen during Concrete Screams. The alternative title for the blog, Imprint of the Fifth Cycle, is accompanied by a quote, "Memory is a means to control over itself alone." Though uploads on the Aspicio Omniam channel began in September of 2013, Bambi's Nightmare blogs are dated back to July 19, 2010. For the timeline of the story, we'll consider this canon, but don't take it on face value for having actually been posted in 2010. There are clear instructions online for changing blog or post dates to whatever you'd like them to be. A visit to Bambi's nightmare is worth the trip. Through the sporadic posts and lines of corrupted text, we can gain insight into the world we're entering. Taking context from a few of the posts and pairing them with PHR educational video brings us to the conclusion that a PHR is either a room or a location that contains many rooms. A PC is most likely a communication device in the PHR, and those who live in the PHR are referred to by alphanumeric pairings, like A12, A14, and D2. We can also learn that whoever communicated over this archived message log kept in touch via radio, had access to bunkers, made sure everyone in contact was well supplied, and had preoccupations with keeping entrances to PHRs properly sealed. We can also spot a story through small details that confirm the coding. PHR 2527 connected, not supplied. A11 not present. Restocking from PHR 2311. A message from PC 2311 states, PHR 2311 connected, supplied. A11 of PHR 2527 present. Subject A11 is from PHR 2527 and went to PHR 2311 to gather supplies for their PHR. The message from PHR 2311 comes through PC 2311. If alphanumeric codes are people, then PHRs are indeed locations, and PCs are the computers inside of the PHRs. Another small story can be caught inside of the same message log from the blog post. PHR 7504 is not supplied. A2 is restocking the bunker. No response on radio calls. A1 present. PHR 2331, try and reach A2. A1, if he doesn't respond in 15 minutes, shut your entrance and enable prelate command. A follow-up blog post continues the short storyline of A2 while also providing more context for the world we're looking at. Message by PC2331. We reached A2. He's on his way now. He says that the bunker was locked so he couldn't get the equipment inside. If we relocate at any point, the gas masks and rations are 7504. We knew that mentions of a bunker and supplies meant that there was a serious type of situation going on, but gas masks add a whole new context. Even more damning is the emergency message broadcast across the PC system just after this. Warning, airstrike imminent, eliminate light sources, seal windows. It's not clear if the airstrike actually occurred. PC2527 raises the question, false alarm? The next blog post continues the thread of dialogue. It seems so. PHR2527, since you are the farthest south, set your radio to 2030 kHz and update us on hostile transmissions. All emergency codes under 6 give me administrative rights by default, so I have full access to the main computer's drive. I'll search through the classified documents and post everything significant to the feed. 2527 complies, adjusting their radio. The blog has several more really interesting pieces to the story going on, told through archive transmissions by the main computer in the PHR complex, and the world building lets us know that there may be much more happening than a shelter-in-place drill during wartime. One blog post by the author, Pithier, also known as the first video's title, reads, Evocation. First stage, inanity. Second stage, anxiety. Third stage, sorrow. Fourth stage, vigor. Fifth stage, ascension. An interesting piece considering we're witnessing an imprint of the fifth cycle. But what exactly is going on here to keep everyone stuck in what seems like a giant militarized apartment complex? The dangers outside may be much more horrifying than wartime air raids. Look at this post from October 28, 2013. First, we see 3 towers among a city against a bloody red world that seems to be caught in a type of mist or fog. We're then provided instructions from PHR 9003. Until withdrawal of blue neon, keep windows closed, avoid all sight lines, do not respond to blows at the door, try your best to keep entrance locked, do not attempt leaving under any circumstances. Residents committing acts of violence are considered disposable. No word on what blue neon is, but the piece about violent residents becoming disposable may provide a clue to its nature, especially in light of a previously mentioned need for gas masks. Are the residents of the PHR complex facing some kind of poisoning raid outside that pushes human beings to turn violent? If blue neon is dangerous, what kind of danger does the red mist outside pose? Like I mentioned, Bambi's Nightmare has a few more stories and mysteries for those who wish to find more, including the concern of the blog's title. The most recent blog post on May 6 poses a question. Bambi, 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 where? Back on YouTube, the 2 videos after PHR2771's educational video contain their own surprises, keeping the same power of atmosphere and intrigue. I won't spoil anything, but I will tell you 2 bits of information. During Missing Person Report, be careful with your impression of the text and presentation of the subject matter. It may seem funny at first, but you've got to remember the people we're dealing with may be constantly sealed up in a type of apartment bunker, and, as a result, they aren't exactly themselves anymore. You wouldn't exactly describe their activities as, normal. They may also be experiencing the effects of whatever toxins are floating in the air that have slipped through the walls of the building. I'll also point out what many may be questioning: the symbol, which can be spotted in the Pythier video. This red ball inside the pyramid can be seen in the latest video, Prelude, right here. What does it mean? If we keep watch, we may find out soon enough. Aspicio Omniam is a unique experience worth exploring, with major story potential and an excellent way of feeding us sizable pieces of information through small details. The video layout is new, intriguing, and highly atmospheric. Telling an engaging story without showing us any people or playing any dialogue is very challenging, but Aspicio Omniam is pulling it off. Definitely check this one out. Start from Pythier and go through to Prelude, the latest video. Click the link in the video description for educational video to reach Bambi's nightmare and read through the old server logs. And of course, if you enjoy what you experience, do subscribe to the Aspicio Omniam channel and bookmark the blog. There's certainly more to come from this web series, and I'm excited for the new installments. AO might be a bit old and have a good amount of views on some of its videos, but this is a series that certainly deserves more attention. It's a very inventive piece with a whole lot of obvious effort dedicated to its creation, and it would be a crime if I didn't bring it up to you guys after seeing how good it is already. Thanks for coming by for another series recommendation. If you do end up enjoying Aspicio Omniam, hit the like button and let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more discoveries in the near future, and check out the recent entries to the Night Vision list. There's more awesome and creative dark, psychological, and horror-based media out there than you may realize. Thanks for joining me in the dark again this evening. Once more, I'm Nick Nocturne, and I'll be seeing you again real soon. Sleep tight.